Awesome. Okay. So I am Brandy Guillory. Please feel free to call me Miss Brandy or Miss B. Um, Students go either way with that, and I'm fine with either. I am going to be your instructor in online medical billing and coding. I have been doing medical billing and coding for probably the last 7, 8 years. Um, and it has been just awesome for me. Um, it has really helped me provide better for my family and change my situation a lot for the better. Um, when I started, I had no certifications, no experience in medical billing, nothing. I had a degree that had to do with computer science and nothing to do with the medical industry. Had never worked in the medical industry in any way, shape, or form when I started out. Everything I've learned has been on the job. I don't hold any certifications or anything like that. It's just all work experience and tying that in with the curriculum that you guys are going to be going through. And my whole purpose here is to help you guys through this to get that certification. And then you have a jump on everybody else that's applying for those jobs. So um, I'm up in Bossier City. I'm in North Louisiana, but I'm from South Louisiana. I'm married and mom of one crazy hot mess of a toddler. And she is, my everything. And my life pretty much revolves around her. So my office hours are 8 to 5. But I know most of my students work during the day and have to work on their assignments at night. If you have a question, text message is the quickest and fastest way to get in touch with me, especially after 5 o'clock, because I'm not going to be sitting at a computer. I'm going to be playing with my kid or eating dinner or, hanging out with the hubs, whatever. But shoot me a text message and I can generally get right back with you. And if I have to jump on the computer for you, I can. It's not a big deal. But just understand that if it's after 5 o'clock and I don't get in touch with you, just understand that I'll get back in touch with you first thing the next morning. And if it has to do with an assignment or something like that, I'm not going to hold against you that I didn't get back in touch with you. I'll extend the assignment or reopen it for you, whatever we need to do. So don't stress if you send me a text message or something and you don't hear nothing back till the next morning. It's not going to affect your grade. It's not going to affect your due date or anything. Okay.
Yes,
There's a lot
ma'am.
of flexibility with online. That's how I finished my bachelor's degree. It was through the University of Phoenix. And, I love doing things online. It allows me that flexibility to be available for my kid when I need to be, or be available. Like a couple of weeks ago, I had a funeral in Texas. And if I were working a regular 9 to 5 job and stuck in a cubicle, I probably would have missed, the funeral of my grandmother's last living person, who was very, very close to me because I was raised by my grandmother. So I loved my Uncle Toodles and I was glad to be able to pay my respects. But that, that's one of those perks that come with working online and going to school online is you have that flexibility. Um, and we take full advantage of that. At Unitech because we understand that life happens and you have a life outside of this class. So I know when you look at an assignment or you look at something like that and it looks like, especially at first when you're still getting used to things, you're going to look at all this and go, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? This is a lot. Don't let it overwhelm you. It's not that much, I promise. I am not going to load y'all down with crazy stuff and expect y'all to spend hours and hours a day doing stuff. Most of your assignments, like if I ask you to read in the chapter, it's usually about 10 pages, 10, 12 pages, something like that. And to do a couple of chapter exercises. So it's not going to be, it might look overwhelming at first, but once you get into it and you get used to it, you go, okay, I can do this. This is, it's not really as much as it looks like. Um, let's see. So that's a little bit about me. And a little bit about Unitech. Let's talk a little bit about expectations for the course. Um, like I said, I'm pretty laid back and flexible. I don't have a lot of expectations. Um, if you do the work, you'll make a decent grade. I actually do not grade that tough. My main thing is making sure that you guys are going through the material and reading the material and just soaking in as much as you can, learning as much as you can. Because the more you learn and the more we practice and the more proficient you'll be, the better off, the more of a head start you'll have once you get to that job. You'll have a lot better knowledge base to build off of. And that's the goal. That's what we want. We want to get you work ready with as much of an advantage as we can possibly get for you. So let's see. Unitech has the expectation that you do participate and attend class every day. You do have daily assignments, a question of the day, and then a daily lab assignment. Now, you have one for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as long as we have class. They have their due dates, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but because we're online and we allow that flexibility, you have until Sunday to submit those assignments without losing any points. This week is a little bit different because, like I said, we're ending a module today. So I have to have all the grades turned in Saturday morning. I have to have them in 24 hours after the module ends. So the due dates for this week are not extended till Sunday. Everything's due tomorrow. But normally on a regular week, you would have, your assignments due on Monday, but you have kind of a grace until Sunday. But Friday's assignments are still also due Sunday before the next week starts. Okay. I do put up a week at a glance. That is kind of an easy way to look at your week and see what you have due each day. I do it Monday through Friday and then just list them out exactly what the assignment is. And I'll show y'all that when we jump into Genzabar, into the e-learning site. It has its own page. It's excellent. Let's see. Okay, so Unitech's attendance policy. The way they count attendance is by submission. A lot of your assignments that you're going to do are going to be what they call file upload assignments. And basically all that is you typing up a document and then uploading it to the assignment page in Genzabar. Super simple. We're going to walk through it in a minute when we get there. But Unitech does require one submission a day. And that counts, that's your attendance for the day. Sorry, so I'm going on outside my house. If you do not attend class for 14 days in a row, Unitech's policy is that you are dropped for no attendance. If you are dropped for no attendance, you have to wait 12 entire months, an entire calendar year, before you can get back in the program and finish from wherever you were. So we definitely don't want that to happen. We're not trying to waste anybody's time or money or anything like that. So if a couple of days goes by, 2 or 3 days goes by, and you don't turn anything in, you're probably going to hear from me. I'm going to check in on you. I'm going to say, hey, what's up? You need help with anything? I know it's been a couple of days. Do you have something going on? Just let me know. And communication, that's going to tie right in with that. Communication is key. If you guys talk to me and let me know you got something going on, like I said, we have the flexibility. We can work around stuff. It's not that major. But if you don't talk to me and I don't know what's going on, there's not much I can do. If I don't know it's broke, I can't fix it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So communication's super important. Just talk to me. I have some students that actually text me every single day regarding one thing or another, whether it's a question about an assignment or a question about something that they read or, anything. And I love that. That's great. But I mean, I've got some students also that make straight A's and I never hear a peep out of them. They just do their assignments and go on about their merry way. And, that's one of the beautiful things about being online too, is that you can do that if that's the way you want to do it. But if you do have something going on, definitely get in touch with me so I can help you work around things. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. That's right. We talked about attendance policy, expectations, communication, flexibility. All right. So let's jump into books. You should have all received an email from Jana Peterson with instructions on setting up your Evolve account. Brooke, I know we have already discussed yours and we're in the works. If you guys get the code from Jana and go to redeem it on Evolve's page and it does not work, shoot me and Jana an email. Jana's going to be the one to fix it, but I'd like to be in on that email just so I know what's going on with it and that you don't have access to your books yet. So I can adjust any assignments if I need to or anything like that. Okay. Otherwise, Brooke, did you have any issues setting up the account? Was it pretty easy to set it up otherwise than the redeeming issue?
Yes, I set up that, and I set up I put the website for the
E-learning
it's the
site?
yes. So I put all that on my iPad already. I have all that situated with all my
Awesome.
stuff.
Perfect. Perfect. You should be good to go then once you get a code that works. If you have questions after that point, just, shoot me a text or an email, whatever, and we'll walk through it.
Okay.
And let's see, anybody else that goes the same thing. If you have any problems setting up that account, just shoot me a text. We'll walk through it. It's once you get used to navigating it, it's simple, but it looks confusing at first sight. I know that. Um, all right, so books, check. Printed books. Let's talk about that for a second. You guys will get 3 printed books. Those will be next week when you receive those because they're not going to mail out until tomorrow. Today, after you submit an assignment, you have to submit an assignment your first day to be active in the class. And then once you become active, that very next day that they ship out your books. Because the books that they send are your coding manuals. And let me give you an example of one of these books. It is huge. It is a
Oh my
massive
goodness.
stinking book. It is heavy as all may be, and it's about $200 for this manual. And as you can see, 2022, they update every year, so you got to buy a new one every year. Or nowhere to go to get the new information. There's ways around stuff. There's more than one way to skin a cat in coding. But so you'll get 3 coding manuals. Those are the only printed books you'll get. And again, you'll get those next week. If you have any assignments that tell you to refer to your coding manual, which is going to be your ICD-10, your HCPCS, or your CPT. If you have an assignment that refers you to any of those books, try Google. Try Googling it and seeing if you can find out the information. If you can't, write no manual for your answer because I'm not going to mark against you for something that you can't do. Okay. So if Google search doesn't work for the answer, just write no manual. You're not going to get marked off for it. Let's see. Print books. And please let me know when you get your books and that you have all 3 of them because sometimes there are shipping issues with some of the manuals. Sometimes one gets left off, and I definitely need to know that so we can get you that manual because those are pretty vital, unfortunately. All right, so that pretty much ties up books. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to jump into Genzabar, which is your myunitech.ta.edu website where you log in. I think you guys did your orientation on that site. But I want to show you kind of how your course is set up in there and some of the very important pages, stuff that you guys are just going to use all the time, hopefully. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. All right, let's see. Can you see me, Brooke?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, so when you log in, it's gonna look like this up top. You'll see your little picture, or I think it's a little blank thing if you didn't put a picture. But to get to your course, you're gonna click on this academics tab. Mine is gonna look a little bit different, guys, because I'm faculty and not a student. But it's gonna look generally the same. I just have a few more options that you guys don't have. But you'll definitely have that academics class, and that's where your course is going to be listed. And let's see, it's going to list by module. And right now we're in module 153. That's the one that's ending today. So that's the one that y'all are going to go into today. And then tomorrow, or if you start doing your assignments over the weekend or whatnot, you'll go into 154. It'll list under there. So today you'll click into 153. I think you guys are the ON17. And then tomorrow we'll start 154. So you'll click into 154 or 17. And again, I have more options than what you guys are going to have. So it's not going to look quite the same. But once you get into your course, you're just going to click in there, and it is going to bring you to the course overview page, which it's going to have some highlights up here. Next event. I honestly am not sure why that is there. I think it's tied into the calendar that they have, but I don't use their calendar because I do that week at a glance page. So that's generally blank. And then your latest news, you note I have on there module ending, watch due dates, because everything is due on Friday. All assignments for next week are due 3/4/2022. If not turned in, you'll get a 0 for that assignment. Any important news and announcements will pop up here, a little highlight of it. If you want to see the whole thing, you'll click read this post. And if you go down, you have, welcome to online medical billing and coding. News and discussions will list the last, looks like 5 or 6 news and announcements updates. And then you'll have some assignments, some coursework listed there. And then again, calendar, but I don't use theirs, and resources. I don't have anything in there right now. But that's just a general overview. That's where you pop in at the beginning. What you guys are going to use the most is going to be this course assignments page. But I want to show you the week at a glance first, because this is going to show you what you have due for the week. Okay. So this week, all right, so you see we're here on Thursday, 3/3/22, and we are day 30 of 30 in this module. Today, when we go to 154, we'll be in day 1 of 40. It's a little bit longer of a module. Most of them are 30 though. And you'll see I have daily assignment, what you need to submit for that assignment. Your lab is going to be listed on this line. Also, exactly what you need to submit. Sometimes instead of a lab or a daily assignment, you may have a discussion question for that day. I try to do one every couple of weeks or so. Sometimes they're a little bit more sporadic because I don't like the way the discussion forum is set up. So we don't use that a whole lot. But if we do have one, it'll be listed here. Okay. And then your questions of the day are listed down here. I want to talk about that for just a second. Your question of the day assignment is an assignment that it's an extra, it is worth points. So it does go towards your grade, but it's an assignment that I do because I wanted to give y'all an easy way to get your attendance in for the day. Okay, if you've got some other life stuff going on, you can pop in, do the question of the day in probably 5 minutes or less, submit it to me, and then you have your attendance. And those other assignments, your daily assignment, your lab, you have until Sunday to complete. Okay. Now, the questions of the day are due that day. They do not extend over till Sunday. Once the day for that question passes, it's gone. and that's, 5 points that you miss off your grade. So you definitely don't want to forget about those. And again, they're great when you have something going on, a busy day, and you need to just pop in real quick and do something to get your attendance in. And those are always listed right there too. Okay, so I want to real quick, I'm gonna actually, let's jump into the question of the day for today. You're gonna go to this course assignments page. And that is where you're gonna find all of your assignments listed out. And I'm gonna change this view real quick, because again, mine looks different and yours will look just like this. Okay, you're gonna have your next few assignments listed by due date up here, just as a quick reference. And then all of the daily assignments for the course are gonna be listed here. All right, and you see that I have them labeled by day of the module. When you guys type up your documents and save your files to upload, please put the day of the module in there. Use 27 of 30, or today's is going to be 30 of 30, something like that. Don't put the date, because the date and the day of the module don't often coordinate, and it gets really confusing to me to try to figure out which assignment you're trying to put for what day. You know what I mean? So if y'all will just label it as the day of the module, that would help me out so much. All right, so let's pop into the question of the day, or QOD, and that's going to be in this first section. You'll see the first section is daily assignments and QODs, and then the second section is your labs. There's a third section down here with the exams. Okay, and that's not something that y'all need to worry about for this module. You're not responsible for taking an exam today. All right, so QOD 30 of 30, we're just going to click on that. And it gives you the QOD here. It says this daily assignment QOD is included in your final grade and it is worth 5 points. All right, so the question is, after Mardi Gras parades were canceled in 2021 in New Orleans, what did the crews decorate instead of floats? So again, 2 seconds on Google and you can find the answer to that question, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to open up either Google Documents or Microsoft Word or something like that and type out your answer, save it to your computer, and then you're going to come over here and upload a file. And let's see, you're going to go to choose file, and it's going to open up Moxie Manager. Moxie Manager is basically, think of it like an online filing cabinet that's attached to our system. Okay, once you are at this screen, you're going to click upload again. And that's where you can pick where on your computer you're going to pull your file from. Okay, and then you open, of course, and it'll pull it into Moxie Manager. It'll download it into Moxie Manager. Once it's downloaded in, and I'm just going to pick something. We'll just stick that in there. Okay. Download it and then press insert. It'll show your file name there, and you just click add file. And then bam, it shows up here, and you get this little check mark with a nice little green box. This is, if you're finished, turn in your QOD daily assignments and QODs. So I think we click there and then you're done. All right. And it'll show you up here, your daily assignment is not yet graded. Okay. And that is all you do to upload your assignment, find out what it is, and then submit it in. Okay. Your assignments, your daily assignments are generally stuff like reading your chapters, some chapter exercises. If it's before an exam, it might be the chapter review. We also have, once you get into your ebooks, you'll see that you have a step-by-step for medical coding and then a workbook for step-by-step for medical coding. Those two go hand in hand. And sometimes I will set lab assignments or daily assignments out of that workbook as well. So you definitely want to make sure that you have access to that. I think there are five or six ebooks that you guys are going to have access to. Okay. All right. So let's go through. Those are the two main things, y'all. Your course assignments page is where you're going to find all your stuff. The week at a glance just kind of lays it all out real pretty for you. Let's look at news and announcements real quick. And again, those are listed on your overview page, but I always do something kind of cool on the news and announcements page. I used to, like I said, I have a degree in computer science. I did graphic design for a long time. So stuff like this is really fun for me. So I throw stuff in like this all the time. All right, so Mardi Gras, you see, we did not have class on March the 1st, day before yesterday. I put in an announcement about that. And then down here, I'm actually going to change where I put this, but I throw in, inspirational quotes, fun stuff, different things all the time. At least I try to. I try to keep it interesting for you guys. All right, let's see. So resources. Oh, also, if I am out for any reason and only available by a certain means of contact, I will also post that in the news and announcements. Class closures, changes in module, anything like that can be, on this page. So definitely check on it every now and then. All right, we're going to go into this resources page because this is going to be super useful for you guys. Unitech has made these short training videos about the e-learning site, and they're just handy. Getting started with e-learning, viewing your syllabus for the course or for the module, because each module has its own syllabus, how to take a test, how to view your attendance, how to view your grade, and then what I just walked through with the uploading an assignment, complete a file upload assignment. There's all of these videos are like 3 to 5 minutes. No fluff. They just walk you step by step how to do that function. And I think there's about 6 of them. How to complete a course forum assignment, which would be a discussion forum assignment, and how to view your grade. And again, all of those are like 3 to 5 minutes long. So you're in there and you're caught up and you just forgot what step comes next, pop over to that video and it'll walk you right through it. Super handy. Let's see. Next one's the discussion forum page. Again, I try to do this once every couple of weeks, but it's iffy. Course calendar, like I said, I don't really use their calendar because we have the week at a glance. Your syllabus is, of course, on the syllabus page. This will also clue you guys into what textbook in your ebooks that we're in. Right now, we're in step-by-step medical coding. And it's a pretty blue cover. I'm pretty sure that's the one we're going to be using for the next course as well, for 154. Let's see, the chat we don't really use because you guys can text me anytime, or email or call. So I've never really used their chat thing. The grade book is where you're going to see your grade. All your grades cumulative also. Your attendance record, if you're wondering if you missed a couple of days, you're kind of wondering where you're at, you can view that on the attendance record. Course information is basically my contact information. That's pretty much all that is. Little picture of me, email, my office hours, and then a brief description of this course. Let's see. Again, that week at a glance is going to be vital for you guys. Super handy. I usually get that put out on Saturdays. I try to do it on Fridays, but my last few have kind of been jam-packed. So I've been actually getting it out on Saturday for the following week. Let's see. All right. After week at a glance is the PowerPoints page. generally, once we're at the end of a chapter, we'll do a virtual meeting, a Zoom call that's about a chapter review or something similar. Sometime, and we'll review a PowerPoint. Each chapter is going to have a PowerPoint, and I list those on this page 8, 9, 10, and 11. And you guys can see I have the PowerPoint file for those of you who have Microsoft Office. If you do not have Microsoft Office, I have it in PDF form also to accommodate that. I'm all about free. So if you don't want to subscribe to Microsoft Office, do not feel obligated. The Google Office suite is free and it works just fine. All right, so PowerPoints. And then the last page is going to be virtual meetings. And this is going to be where any onboardings that I record, like this one, this will be posted here in about an hour or so after we wrap up the meeting. But you'll see we did the module 153 wrap up yesterday. And that was just a quick meeting, kind of going over what was going to be on the final exam and just touching up on some highlights, some things that I noticed in the assignments where we struggled. We kind of went over that. Excuse me. And then you'll see I have an onboarding call that we did last week. And then the chapter 11 review for exam was the week before that. We usually do about one a week. I try not to overload y'all. And I know a lot of people work during the week, so it's hard for y'all to make it. But those can be found on the virtual meetings page. And also, if we have a Zoom meeting that's a chapter review or something like that, that will take the place of a lab assignment. If you attend the meeting, you automatically get full points in attendance for that day, for that lab assignment. Okay. If you don't attend the meeting, if you can't for whatever reason, it is not mandatory. You have every option to not attend. But if you can, that's great, because it's great to communicate with you guys and interact and get to see your faces and talk to y'all about stuff. Sometimes some really good questions come up when we're just discussing stuff. So, join us when you can, definitely. But if you can't, I will record it and post it on this virtual meetings page. And there will be like a question to answer about the recording, about this video, to make sure that you do watch it and you did get something out of it. Okay. And that will count for that would be a 25-point assignment. So you definitely want to remember that if you don't make the virtual meeting, definitely watch it later, do the assignment. And that's it. And I see we had someone else join us while I was running my mouth. Do you guys have any questions about Ginzabar, anything in particular about your course assignments or the way anything's set up?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. All right, so that's Miss Nikisha, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you, Miss Nikisha. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's see. We talked about your books. We talked about the assignments. Miss Nikisha, did you have any questions about books while we're on?
No, ma'am. I've actually been on it.
Awesome. That's great.
I'm actually starting on the first essay on there.
Awesome. Oh, you guys are on day 30 of 30 of the module, okay? So you are not responsible for anything before today. Okay, 30 of 30, and then tomorrow we start our new module, and it'll be 1 of 40 going forward. But so don't worry about anything before 30 of 30. And I know when y'all look in there, y'all are going to see those assignments that came before and see a grade of F by those. Do not freak out. After y'all start submitting assignments, I'll go in and drop those. So your grade is not going to be accurate probably for a couple of days. Well, actually, your grade will be accurate by Saturday morning, because that's when I have to have the grades in this week. So make sure you do all of today's assignments. And then you're done with module 153. And I looked at them. the ones I have set for today, and y'all should be able to do them pretty easily. It's not a lot that deals with what we covered in this module. It's more some more stuff about you, really. But all right, well, if you guys don't have any other questions for me, we will wrap it up. But like I said, feel free, questions about anything, the course, the Unitech, the assignments, anything, y'all come to me. I'm your first point of contact if you have any issues, okay? And if it's something that's outside my realm, if it's something, I'll refer you to the right person. If it's the registrar or the financial aid officer, director of education, and y'all will see people pop in too. Our director of education, Miss April Austin, is really good about popping in and leaving students notes about stuff. And they may even call you guys sometimes and check in on you, see how I'm doing. So, look out for that. But again, if y'all need me, I'm here. And if not, awesome. And y'all have a great rest of the day. And thank y'all for joining me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.